Buddy, looks like we just started streaming here. A couple things I gotta get moved around here. I want to see if I can try and get my camera lower and more this way, maybe. Okay, so no, that's not gonna work. I can move it lower. You know what? That's fine. At some point I'm gonna move it right here anyway. So looks like Stream Elements is starting to work. Um, Looks like we're seeing it on Discord, so it looks like things are starting to pop up. And I'm just gonna quickly double check that it is correctly. That is. All right, so it looks like YouTube is starting up. Just double check Twitch, and then we'll get into um the. All right, might have to head over here to Restream and just make sure everything is all right. Because currently Twitch is seeing nothing, and I don't know if that's just my phone or not. We're definitely seeing something. It says it's streaming. So let's just head over to the creator mode. It must just be my creator mode that's doing it. So if we actually find myself on Twitch itself. Okay, yeah, that's very weird. So we cannot see ourselves currently on Twitch. Is YouTube online and working? All right, so YouTube is working. Let's check Twitch on desktop real quick. Oh, okay. Twitch on desktop is showing it is currently. Yep, Twitch just went offline, so that's what happened there. So I want to see if I can get myself back online here on Twitch at least. Seems like YouTube is still working okay, so we're just gonna quickly end the stream on Twitch. We're going to restart it, see if we can get it working just for our Twitch people here to be able to have some fun with us here. I'm also going to mute my desktop audio for right now, just until we figure out what's going on here, because Twitch is just not working whatsoever. It's just showing offline. But YouTube's been working fine this whole entire time, which doesn't make any sense. Unless it's because the bitrate's too high. Can I change bitrate on the fly? I think I should be able to. Yeah, okay, so do that. There you go. The bitrate might have been too high, and that might have been the issue. And I said my bitrate was at 10,000 kilobytes per second, so now it's at 6. I don't know if that's going to fix anything immediately. Probably not. Might have to restart Twitch again. Okay, I'll send that real quick here since now we're doing good here. Let's try Twitch one more time. Oh, I think we're live on Twitch at least. Yes, we are. All right, awesome. So now we can officially get things started here. So let's move ourselves over to actually starting this live stream and get things started here. So this first part of the live stream is not going to have any music, although I will have music ready whenever we are finished with that. And it might be easier if I open up my laptop. This might take a second. This might bug out the stream. Maybe not. All right, cool. Um, dark. My laptop's so dark at the moment. I don't know if that's. There we go. Now it looks better. All right, so I'm just gonna move my laptop. This that camera. I have my desktop, my laptop right here as my fourth screen now. Um, and that is just gonna be strategic. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it like that the whole entire stream, just because I mean, it's definitely easier than looking up. And I can also just use my touchpad to go through the documentation for what we're doing today. So, let's make sure I get the music ready. Um, I don't know if we can find it. All right, I found an EDM one, so we'll have to use that. So let's just start that up. All right, so let's start it for one thing. So ready here. Last thing we're going to talk about is today's agenda. So first of all, we are going to move this over a little bit, and we are going to go to the just cam. Hold on a second. I think something just popped or fell or something in my 3D printing room. So I'll be right back as I figure out what that was. Not exactly sure what that was, but we'll just ignore that for now. So we can now officially start this live stream. It's been a long time coming. I'm officially moving forward with the migration, or at least part of it. We're doing it system by system. So today we are going to be starting off with the roads. So if we actually head into the game real quick, and then we're just going to do um, over here, you can see we have these roads that are painted into the landscape. But now we're going to officially be moving over to the new road system that is an additional plugin to this landscape. So it's going to look even better than it has before with some added features like fences, posts, and wooden plank bridges and stuff like that. So this is going to be a very good way going forward to add in the road system. And I'm also going to quickly open up the chat so I can chat with you guys because this is going to be hopefully a couple hour live stream. Um, but yeah, let's do it. So, first of all, that's the first thing we're doing. Second of all, we're also going to be playing around with the Dungeon Architect plugin, which is how we're going to be procedurally creating our dungeons for the game. So, the everything update is going to be pretty big, and if it's actually been releasing in June or if we're going to be moving to everything update a few months to like August is to be determined, just because of everything that has been going on with the update. There's one thing that we're still waiting on mainly, and that is for a skeleton reconstruction of the new player character for so it can work with the new systems in place. Because if we migrate it in without changing the skeleton, its proportions are all messed up. Its arms are backwards, so it needs to be essentially given a new skeleton that is compatible with these systems so that we can add him in to the game. So far, everything we've been doing is on a completely different project. It's a test project that I have for all of our systems. This is the main game with only the map loaded and not any individual sub-level. Speaking of which, I should probably open up the level toolbar. Place that over here for now. So we have a few things that we're going to be working on today. So hopefully we are able to do a few hour live stream again. And let's get to work here. So I guess we should find an area to start the roads. And I'm thinking we just start right here outside Black Hollow and just go from there. So first I got to double check to see if we brought the road plugin in. So let me open up the Epic Games launcher on a separate screen here. Make sure that we already added that plugin, and then we should be good to go here. I'm going to take a second for my vault to load. Let's see. So we actually have quite a few new plugins and stuff that we're going to be looking at here. So actually, I can just bring this over and show you guys. So we are using Brushify. Yes, the character has a neck. It's actually a decent sized neck. Thank you very much. Actually, why don't I just, actually, do I have it anywhere? Where? You know, that's a very good question. I don't know where his files are. His files are somewhere. That's all I can tell you. But he does have a neck. So, and he also has a loincloth to go around his waist, so he's not just bare ass naked when you don't have any armor on. So how it works is that if you don't have any like pants or anything on, this loincloth will automatically spawn. So that way we can keep that area a little bit less R-rated, especially since there's no genitalia. But anyway, yes, it does have an neck. Anywho, so these are the current Brushify plugins that we have in stocks, or I have purchased. So we have the Arctic Pack, which is going to be part of the essentially kind of like this the ice and stuff. That's going to be kind of overhauling the last little area of Thack Shore. But we also have, that's the main shader that we already have. We have the forest pack, so we're going to be using new trees. So we're getting rid of all the vegetation and stuff and completely overhauling all of the vegetation in the world. Let me see. We also have the medieval buildings pack, so we're going to be migrating some stuff over. And just making things a little bit better. Like the Black Hollow walls are probably going to be replaced with this. And essentially, this plugin just gives you the ability to create some better cities here. So we probably are going to be moving over some stuff here. And then the last part, which is what we're working on today, is the Natural Rose Pack, which is a lot better way of doing roads than what we currently have. So, that is what we're really hoping for here. So, keep going here. So, you have, these little bridges, which is what we're going to be replacing that big bridge in Black Hollow with, is something like this most likely. So, let's just make sure, show all projects, 4.27, just see. Okay, so it's already in the project, so we should be able to find that here pretty quickly here. I actually don't know. Brushify, procedural, desert, no. Very good question. I don't know where it's at. What if I just type in road? Fence? Let's just type in road one more time. Eternal Temple. Yeah, I'm not seeing it, so I don't know where it is. So let's just add it to the project again and just see what happens here. Add the project, Brushify Natural Road Pack. Let's just add it back in anyway. Unless I gotta show plugin content, I don't think I have to. Here we go. I don't know. Brushify. Alright, that didn't help. Layers, materials. Okay, so I don't know where the Brushify Rose pack is located, so why? Okay. I mean, well, let me just look at the tutorial video real quick, see if I can find out where exactly it's at. Yeah, so I'm just not seeing it in here because if you go into Unreal Engine, under Brushify, Meshes, that's Blacksmith. Wow, okay. Brushify and Meshes is just gone. It's just not there. So let's try adding it again. Okay, so let's try closing out of this project completely. Adding it to the project again. We're also just going to go into the crew and files and just see what happens here. So it looks like I officially did it this time. So let's go content, Brushify, meshes. Okay, so it should be good now. And we'll also just make sure the forest pack is also in here. In the medieval buildings. We're just going to add all the packs right now, just so we don't have to do it later. Okay, there we go. So this one's we actually have to download. So while that is downloading, add democracy. Why would I want to add democracy? Well, I guess we should really talk about what part of democracy. Like, yes, each individual hold is going to have its own type of government. Freedom. Well, we have technically have the freedom to do whatever we want. So, I guess it kind of begs the question of what part of freedom, like, oh, well, that makes a lot more sense here. I don't know how that works. All right, anyway. We also, well, we now have that officially done. So let's open Cruin back up and get to work on the roads. So this is going to be a pretty tedious process. Um, so plan is to hopefully have this mostly done today. We're not going to spend like 4 hours just doing roads. So we are going to take a couple breaks here and there and do some dungeon stuff. But while Cruin is loading, because that usually takes a solid minute or two, I'm gonna go grab myself a drink. So I will be again right back. See, wasn't long at all. Anywho, all right. Um, let's figure this out here. So let's get music going because we're gonna be doing this here pretty soon. All right. Haven't had one of these in a while. Ruin's so large, it takes a comically long time for it to load. But now since we start having these Brushify packs, I'm actually gonna quickly, while Karun is loading, because it can take up to 5 minutes because it's so big. Let's open up the marketplace and let's show what other Brushify packs we have the ability to get here. So Brushify. If I could spell Brushify correctly, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. So go here. So A, beaches. When we overhaul beaches, this will really be how hopefully beaches will look, at least changing the beach texture, stuff like that. So that's one thing that we're looking at. Next thing, Underworld pack. I've been kind of like tinkering with the idea of creating like an underworld, essentially like Oblivion type environment for you to explore in a very specific, extra long storyline, which we actually what's giving you Sons of the Forest aesthetic. So we don't need country roads or more lands, but we might be looking at the tropical pack and the canyon or the dunes pack for our desert environments. But we do yeah, I kind of did see how the beach would give that. But so we have a story writer now. It's my sister's boyfriend. He's been wanting to do some story writing, so he's gonna be doing a bunch of quest writing, character development for the game going forward here. Um, as soon as I give him some like stuff to run with, we're gonna start creating some big quest lines and stuff like that, especially since our current um system for combat and all that comes with an integrated quest environment. So it'll be very easy for us to create integrated huge quest lines that will blow people away. So let's get this started here. So I'm gonna move this down a little bit just so it kind of helps. And then I'm just editing the chat just a wee bit. I thought import all is supposed to like actually import everything and not just one at a time. I don't know. All right, so now it's starting to import everything. We're getting close here. We got this. And we can go through one or two more of these. The Cliffs pack, I'm thinking about just to finish up the mountains a little bit. But the Underworld pack would be the second one, and then also the Volcano. And then we don't need any of the other ones just because we kind of already have stuff in place. All right, so now we can bring this back down. So FPS, enter this. So let's build grass maps real quick. It takes a couple times. I don't know why. There we go. It's just a wee bit interesting at the moment. We might get some out of memory errors because I bought a new laptop. What happened to the giant split down the middle of the mountain? You mean this giant split down the middle of the mountain? Yeah, it's a lot farther away than you think. But yeah, this actually is gonna have its own whole quest line, I've decided. So somewhere. Oh, okay, hold on. Oh, let me just respond to my wife here real quick. Okay. All right, so I did a TikTok of probably a few months ago, voice lining, doing some like test lines for this dwarf character that I'm gonna have, who's gonna be very important in this dwarven quest line that I'm working on the side here. So essentially, how the lore is gonna work, there is going to be in the past, a war between the dwarves and the elves, and this war will be pretty much a tie. It'll just kind of be like a ceasefire. It'll be a peace treaty, but dwarves and elves still hate each other for the most part. There's some who are okay with each other, and you'll see that in this quest line. But the dwarves are going to be having a underground fortress, the Hobbit type. I mean, I guess I haven't watched The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings in forever, so I honestly forgot anything about that. But yeah, essentially. And so this is going to be a little bit bigger, like probably twice as big on each side. So probably essentially be 3 times the size of this little canyon here. And the reason for that being is that it's going to be easier for us for me to be able to create what I want to create, which is the entrance to the lair, to that stronghold that the dwarves have, which that's how Dead Man's Pass gets is going to be getting its name. And I'm not going to explain how it gets its name. I'm just going to leave that for you guys to find out in the game itself. But essentially, you're going to be walking with this dwarf, and then there's going to be like an entrance somehow to get into that stronghold. And then the stronghold is going to be a minor part of the main quest line, of like the main game, but it's going to be a more how do I say this? It's going to have a bigger impact in one of our DLCs, specifically the War of the Undead DLC. Anywho, getting off track here. Let's start off with this entrance right here, as I'm going to try and lower my camera speed a little bit so I don't zoom across the map here. All right, let me maximize the chat one more time here. There we go. All right, so let's start off with going into landscape mode. Let's give that just so that kind of helps. This is exactly what I mean. We're kind of running at 78% RAM because I only got 32 gigs of RAM in here instead of 64 like my desktop. So I'm gonna have to buy more. I'm gonna have to buy RAM just to get this shit to work at some point. Work the best. Okay, splines. Let's just test the spline real quick. Whoop. Let me move over more forward this way. Okay, so details. I'm gonna not control point. So we want to select all connected segments. And now we want to spline meshes. All right, the mesh is somewhere in here. Meshes, roads, main road object. Whoa, where'd it go? Under the ground or something? I don't know. All right, so now this material override is what we gotta find the materials here for. Let's do mud. Let's just look at all 4 roads and see which one might look best. It is under the ground here. So now let's select all control points and move them all up a little bit. Now let's move all segments. And then deform the, yeah, see that's what's not supposed to happen. Thank you very much here. It might just be because we gotta change the spline or mesh. We currently have main road object 001, so let's try main road object. There we go. That makes the road a bit better here. So now if we actually, so it still does it to the end of the road line, and that's fine. But now what we gotta do, we gotta work on the scale. So bit better. Essentially, now we just got to bring that over. Now we're gonna essentially just contort this to the landscape here and make sure it's flush against the ground. There we go. Alright, so yes, that looks okay. I think we can do a different mat or a different material. See how that works. So let's do mud. That was 02. Let's look at 01. And it will take a second for us to get this going here. Alright, so mud type 01 looks like this. Alright. So let's actually do this. Let's full screen and start the game and see what happens here. Just let it start here real quick here. Yep, we ran out of memory. RAM is completely pegged and my CPU isn't. Oh, there we go. Please tell me the RAM goes down. Alright, so that kind of bears me some issues. Oh, there we go. So are we contorting to the side of the landscape? I cannot see because of my taskbar. Maybe that's just how the camera is. But okay, so here's the road. It kind of consorts to the landscape. I mean, we kind of... That looks weird. I can say that the road definitely looks better. I feel like we can do better, though. So let's go back in here. Unminimize. Select this again. All not control points. All segments. Mud Mesh 04. Let's try 04. It's a lot more muddy. But I guess since this is the main road, we should probably look at pebbles. Like cobblestone roads across the whole map. Whoa. That's a little dark. This main road thin. Oh, there we go. I just don't. I find it weird how it's so high up now. But what is this? This looks way too thin. I don't know what the heck this is, but we gotta find out. Let's bring this over. Yeah, that's just a wee bit thin. I like how it's thin. I just wish that it was a lot better. So let's do control points. Like so. And let's just do... I just don't think that's right, though. I mean, it's right. I just mean, like, materials, pebbles. It's just so dark. Let's try pebbles 3. Ah, there we go. Much better. Okay. Let's try playing again. Let's see what happens. Hmm. And of course it's raining, so I can't even see properly. Alright, play again. God! You know what? We're not full screening until it's not raining. Okay, seriously. This is kind of bullshit. You know what? Fine. It's just dark. So I don't know if it's just my computer now, since I have a 4070 instead of a 2080 Super in this laptop, but the performance is a lot better, which I guess would make sense because by the time this releases, the 50 series will be out, so it'll work with last gen cards. So it might work. I mean, we're getting a solid 60 FPS, but I'm pretty sure this is 1080p. What are we on? Oh no, we're in 720. Here, let's just make this. There we go. Full res. I'm on these screens. We're still, and this is 1440p. We're still at 60 FPS here. Um, we're running at decently high settings. So like, if we move at like, if we move half of these down to medium, we'll see shadow and texture on better. Just we don't have to do any weird stuff. So let's say we do T dot max FPS to like, oh well, my monitor refresh rate is 165. The max, okay, you'll get 165 in some areas, and you'll jump way down to like 80 in other areas, which isn't horrible. I mean, definitely helps with all these houses, which will change, I'm guessing. But yeah, I mean, like this is running at 165 FPS right now. I really wish it would actually be like in the middle of the day, just so I could see. But I mean, it's starting to look a lot better. Hoping maybe it would turn out, but okay, better. It's getting better. Let's lower this to the point where it's not. That's better. Okay, so that's good. So let's just start creating. And moving these splines around just so I can constort this to the landscape here. I probably should double check how are we doing on on our FPS over here. Since we're doing the right screen, let's actually try something here. Let's try game capture, and let's try and capture a specific window, specifically the UE4 Predator. Is it seeing it? I don't think it's gonna find it. Also, I also forgot to realize the desktop audio was muted, so there we go. Oh, for now, we'll just keep this here. See if this moves at some point. Anyhow, let's get back to work here. So this is where we're gonna have some fun here. So we can go boom, 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 boom. Do this as little as possible, as many times as we can. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Nope, that goes right here. Boom, boom, boom. Now we can kind of just go boom. And even like so. Just so you can kind of see how it there we go. Alright, let's keep going. Boom, boom. Now the road gets, kind of. I know we had splines in the very first part of the game, like the very first couple updates. There were these very huge, well, whatever you want to call them, these very huge type of spline meshes that we use for the road that was just absolutely ugly. So I got rid of them and replaced them with this probably 2 or 3 updates ago. And now we're going back to splines just because of the fact that they're higher quality than this. And doing pretty good so far. Well, this is where the fun part begins. We get to create branches off of this. So boom, boom, and boom. Actually, let me move this back.
Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know. I don't know. Tell me, have I lost my mind? Nowhere to go, so far from home. Is this what giving up feels like? I don't know. I don't know. Tell me, have I lost my mind? So
Here, we can exit out of this. There's whatever. Only selected. There we go. Now time for the fun part. We get to take this down this way. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, there we go. So now let's do boom, 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 boom. Not boom. Ah, crap. I'll do it all over again. And only those selected. Change the landscape. There we go. Alright, so now this will kind of make it a little less steep of a landscape, and this would also should probably be selected. There we go. There we go. Now we can kind of just contort this to the rest of the landscape. And then let's also just load this level. Shoot, what is this place called? Is it bad that I don't remember the name of this place? Yeah, let's play right here and figure it out. Yeah, we're doing on time. Currently 1:20. It's gonna take you a second. Can't wait until I can upgrade to 64 gigs of RAM. That's actually what I'm currently doing on my phone. I'm about to look up 64 gigs. I believe this is DDR5 actually. So let's just double check, make sure I'm gonna hit the right one. And this is a better processor too. This is an Intel Core i9 13900HX. Not even a... So... yeah, so it is... It's currently 32 gigs of DDR5. Then it has 64 gigabytes of SO-DIMM DDR5. Speed's not gonna matter entirely here, but... Ooh! Why are we... We're generating mesh distance fields. Alright, well I guess we'll let it generate the mesh distance fields as I look it up. So let's see, 64 gig kit of RAM is $170 from Crucial. Silicon Power 140, 4800 megahertz. Corsair Vengeance 170. Ripjaws 205. That's at 5600. I actually don't know. We gotta get rid of all these NPCs, aren't we? We're getting new NPCs. Smarter ones. Let's see. Sabrent, 64 gigs of RAM is 160 at 48 megatransfers a second. I am thinking about selling that Mac on to Best Buy. It's like $525, so maybe. But yeah, we're running at okay, so this is Alderdean, so that's okay. I mean, pretty decent. So well, let's focus on this place right here. So this is where things get to have some fun, because you can actually make these branch off-roads smaller. But even these two, we can change the material to... let's try Mudo 3. But look how that blends in. Like, that is what I like about this plugin, is just the fact that it'll go like that. And then I can just come over here and just start moving these. And kind of just doing this the way you can. Like that. Alright, awesome. We're starting to get there. Except this is a main road. I didn't realize that at first. So we're actually going to have to go back into the details. Let me unselect that. And make sure that's back up to 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, and then make sure that is made and moved right here. There we go. We are gonna make boom boom and boom boom boom. Now this right here we move to mud in Mud 03. And this is how it's gonna look so good. And we're actually just going to plop the play button right here and take a look how it looks now with the new design. As it just, you know, takes some time for it to go. Let's actually look on Best Buy and see if they have any of those 64 gig kits of SODIMM. Because I also wanted to get a 4TB SSD for this laptop. I don't actually technically need it anymore. I mean, even probably, if we actually take a look through here, we have my old 2TB SSD from my old computer as our boot drive with 777 gigs left, and we have a 1TB games drive of 120 gigs left. So technically, this adding a terabyte here would be fine, but I guess we'll have to find out here. It's currently $250 for a Gen 4. Isn't bad. 64 gigabyte DDR5 SODIMM. That says 4. I need to find DDR5 SODIMM, not DDR4. Yeah, let's print this out here. There we go. Okay, let's just take a second here. Look up in stock here. Capacity total 64 gigs for a laptop. DDR4 capacity for module. I found one for this DDR4. Dang. Alright, well that's unfortunate. I probably am getting Silicon Power. What's this? Also CL40. So they're both CL40, and I'm pretty sure this is also CL40, so it's not that it makes a difference. But I also know Crucial, has a better brand rep and is more known, so I'll probably end up getting the Crucial kit. Alright. We're in anyway, and it's kind of working. So I'm actually going to exit because I'm tired of that. Let's head back into select mode. Weather. And we'll also have to do the material wetness so that you can actually see the wetness on the ground and everything. Man, that did not make it any fucking better. Alright, hold on. Let's do season. Random weather variation. Let's just disable both of those for now. There we go. So yeah, look at that. We're at 100. Move this way. Goes to 20. I'm not sure why that is. Might be because of the interiors. I mean, inside the interiors are all decent. I mean, these roads look decent. There's definitely some sort of issue here. In Orland. Let's actually open up Orland. Alright, so with around 28 FPS, if we go in without any NPCs, what are we at? Not much better at all. So it's definitely not that. Let's take a look. Let's just do something else for a minute here. Let's do some optimization mood boards, so light complexity. Alright, so definitely having some light complexity issues, especially right here. I don't know if that's going to do anything extra at the moment. I might also have to rebuild lighting. No, it did a little bit. So there looks like there's a lot of lighting issues in this house. This house. Okay, well that's the lighting. There's the outside light. Do these have lights in them? That helps a little bit. Then this one right here. Candlesticks have been causing issues here. So let's make the intensity actuation radius 250. 250. What if we make these static? Would that fuck things over too much? Okay, so let's see what changing those two things just did. Alright, we essentially just doubled our performance just by doing that. So definitely a lot better here. I mean, there's still a lot more to go here, but definitely a lot better. And I'm definitely feeling a lot more positive about this. So the last thing I really want to check out is just the lantern and wall, and check out this point light. So attribution radius, we're gonna do in half, 250. That's good. Affects the world, uses temperature, that's fine. Max draw distance. $3,000. Intensity we can probably change to 3,000. And it looks like B is the next thing we really gotta do here. Let's also head back here. So we're going to make the light 250, 5. Alright, now since we changed candlestick B's as well, whoa, do not, that was the whole issue, was candlestick B. I mean, this is amazing. Like, look at that. Oh my god. I mean, it's still bright in here. It's bright enough. Alright. Let's use the exact same type of logic in Black Hollow and see what happens. Because this might be game changer. I know we're getting off track, but just us doing roads nonstop for the next few hours is going to be very boring for not just you guys, but me as well. And I'm trying to keep these entertaining enough that people can actually watch. Alright, Black Hollow is still on, and we are sitting at 80, 60, 80 FPS now, and now we're, oh, yeah, no, we're still at 60. We're still sitting at 60 FPS. One thing we have to do, save and unload Orland. We need to bring out Black Hollow Capital NPCs, unfortunately. Essentially, we gotta remove all NPCs as we're gonna be doing a complete overhaul. Alright, let's save all of the maps, unload everything, press play, and we're just gonna see what type of stuff happens here. Unload them all. There we go. Alright, so now with that out of the way, let's see what happens next. These houses are definitely very resource demanding. I feel like this is also very resource demanding. Also, my super speed also probably is also pretty demanding. Okay, what is happening? Seriously, what is happening? Where's randomly shaders, mesh distance fields? Something's wrong in this room. I don't even know where I'm at. Oh, no. That was weird. Anywho. Now since this is done, this is mainly done, now we gotta start going this way. Actually, let's do a dungeon. Let's do a dungeon right over here somewhere. So this is a town. Let's do it. Yeah, like let's do a dungeon in here. Like I don't have any forestation here anymore. We have whatever this is. This is some sort of shrine thing that I was working on. Let's do something over here. Right here. Okay, so let's take it out. Let's head over to the Cruin. Let's do a new folder called Dungeon Theme. No, we're gonna do right click, new dungeon theme called Cruin TWOA underscore theme underscore 1. Okay. Interesting. So we can do stuff like adjusting the grid size, min cell size, max. Alright, so we gotta figure some stuff out here. So let's I gotta figure out how to add ceilings to these. Because I don't remember how. I know there is a way how. We just gotta figure it out. So let's head over to the Dungeon Architect page here. Almost everyone. Wait, did I do it on Discord? Maybe I asked on Discord. I feel like I've asked this before. I know that for sure. So I'm gonna update Discord here. I'm gonna get into Discord here real quick. Because I think I'm part of their Discord server, and that's where I asked it. At least it makes the most sense for me to do so. So this the description. Code respawn. What's in? Let me head over to their website. Okay, yeah, I can see that you guys have Discord, but it's not actually showing me where to do it through Discord.
Discord, we have a large community.
Nope, that's not what I wanted. Alright, well there's a Discord group somewhere that I'm a part of. If I can find it. Here we go. I think I found it. UE4. Just going through the UE4 version currently. I've gone somewhere and seen that they have, unless it's here. Oh, we already have that up. I'll figure it out. I guess I'll just go through my groups since the ALF. I don't know what I don't think this is it. Okay. Not lab games. Not not that. The quest editor, I don't no longer have. I've asked this somewhere, and I cannot figure out where for the life of me I asked it. So there's a way to do it. Maybe it's here. Is it inside the dungeon archetype? It's a little bit bigger here. Well, I found it. I just gotta join it. I didn't actually ask yet. There, asked real quick here. Okay, now back to theme. Let's at least get it started here with all of the fun stuff. So let's find walls. So we could use the Eternal Temple ones. We could also just find other ones. Like these for Modular Fantasy Inns. Or use castle walls. The medieval castle one. I have an idea. Let me window content browser 2. I add a second content browser to this screen as I look for it. Because I want to know wall. And I also want to make sure that this is only static meshes. There we go. So there's a lot less of them, so now it's easier for me to go look around through them. Dungeon Ruins, most likely, will be what we use, so we head over to theme, go to the Dungeon Ruins, meshes. Here. Take a look, see what else we got. Let's
just wish he knew.
All right, this is starting to get a little interesting here. There we go.
I just wish he knew.
Let's land with Alright, so this is definitely not working the way I wanted to. So let's remove everything real quick. Let's reset everything. Maybe there's a different way of doing this that we can try. Build the templates. I don't know if this is working. No, let's not do that then. Okay, well, getting weird. Well, I think I'm going to do some research here on how to get these working, and then I can continue a live stream later today as it is 2 o'clock. I know I wanted to go longer, but there is a few things I do kind of gotta do today. So there should be another live stream tonight, and hopefully we'll be able to get more done. So I hope you guys enjoy this live stream, and you guys will see you guys later today.